Let's take a look on the performance of Bank of Maharashtra. Over the last 3 years, it is perhaps the only PSU bank to nearly double its loan book. The bank has seen phenomenal improvement across various parameters. Let's take a look. So in terms of business momentum, in last 3 years, the bank has seen its deposit base rise by 56% and credit growth of more than 97%. This compares to industry growth of deposits by about 33% and loan growth a little under 32% in last 3 years. Market share in deposits have increased from 1.1% in FY20 to about 1.3% in FY23. The advances market share has increased from 0.84% in FY20 to about 1.25% in FY23. Even the CASA ratio has improved from 50.3% in FY20 to about 53.4% in FY23. The highest CASA ratio was in FY22 of about 57.85%. When compared to peers in the last 3 years, deposit market share gain has been 19 basis points for Bank of Maharashtra, 6 basis points for Federal Bank and a decline of 19 basis points for IOB. Advances market share gain has been about 41 basis points for Bank of Maharashtra, 10 basis points for Federal Bank, while Indian Overseas Bank saw a decline of 13 basis points. In terms of asset quality, the annualized quarterly slippage ratio for the bank has declined from 4.42% in Q4 FY20 to about 1.3% in Q4 FY23. It had hit a high of 8.1% in Q4 FY21. Even the restructured book has declined from 5.4% of the loans in Q2 FY22 to about 2.45% of the loans in Q4 FY23. The reduction in stress is seen from the fact that the annualized credit cost on a quarterly basis has declined from 5.4% in Q4 FY21 to about 1.27% in Q4 FY23. It had hit a level of 3.3% in Q4 FY20. The gross NPA ratio has declined from 12.8% in FY20 to a little under 2.5% in FY23. So the decline in gross NPA ratio for Federal Bank has been from 2.84% in FY20 to about 2.36% in FY23, while Indian Overseas Bank gross NPA ratio has declined from 14.8% in FY20 to about 7.4% in FY23. The decline in net NPA ratio for Bank of Maharashtra has been from 4.77% in FY20 to about 0.25% in FY23, which is perhaps one of the lowest in the banking sector. For Federal Bank, the net NPA ratio has declined from 1.3% in FY20 to about 0.7% in FY23, and for Indian Overseas Bank, it's declined from 5.4% in FY20 to about 1.8% in FY23. In terms of P&L movement, the net interest margin improvement for Bank of Maharashtra in the last 3 years, that is from Q4 FY20 to Q4 FY23, has been about 137 basis points, which compares to 90 basis point improvement for Indian Overseas Bank and about 27 basis points for Federal Bank. So return on asset improvement has been about 119 basis points for Bank of Maharashtra between Q4 FY20 to Q4 FY23. This compares to 63 basis point improvement for IOB and about 76 basis point for Federal Bank. Bank of Maharashtra has also seen improvement in its operating efficiency, with its quarterly cost to income ratio declining from 57.9% in Q4 FY20 to about 38.3% in Q4 FY23. This perhaps is one of the best in the industry. It's a surprising fact that, operating efficiency of Bank of Maharashtra is one of the best amongst PSU banks as well, or maybe a rare instance where a PSU bank has its cost to income ratio below 40% for 4 quarters in a row. Valuation wise, in last 1 year, Bank of Maharashtra's valuation increase has outpaced the valuation increase of Federal Bank. So Bank of Maharashtra price to book value is right now trading at about 1.21 times, which compares to 0.75 times that it was trading last year. Federal Bank is right now trading at 1.22 times, which compares to about 1 time that they were trading last year same time. And for Indian Overseas Bank, the valuation is at 1.83 times right now, and they were trading at 1.5 times on a year-on-year basis. So stock price rise in terms of YOY has been about 80.1% for Bank of Maharashtra, 41.3% for Federal Bank and about 54.5% for Indian Overseas Bank.